All right, Coach, let's go ahead and get started with Anne Marie.
Coach, what was it about Vicki Johnson? She was once your assistant. What did she show you to let you know that she was going to be prepared to move to the head coaching seat?
Well, she puts a lot of work in. She's a student of the game. She played the game, which is a big positive. She's had a couple different head coaches. A lot of time with USAB over the last couple of years as being a court coach, I think was a great positive for her also. But I think overall she prepares herself well. And I think she got a good dose of how I manage players, how Dan Hughes manages players. So she's going to be her own person. At least she has some experience.
And why does it appear important to you to prepare your assistants, some of them former players, to be head coaches? Because you've got quite a coaching tree now. Why has that been something that appears important?
Oh, that's my job. I believe in players. Some players want nothing to do with coaches and coaching, and some players are terrible coaches. It's just, but there are a few out there that are stars and keepers, and that's my task, is to groom them and help them understand, what's coming at them. The problems of being a head coach is there's a lot more than being an assistant. You have to make playing time decisions, which is ultimate for the players. So just understanding the game, managing the players. Managing the players is probably at least half the battle, but hopefully I'm able to contribute.
Last one about this is for Vicki Johnson specifically. What were her strengths as an assistant coach? How did you feel she best was able to complement your style when she was with you at the Aces?
Well, Vicki, assistant coaches always put out the fires before they get to the head coach. She was really good at that. Calming influence, steady, doesn't get overly emotional. And as far as the X's and O's, she prepares very well. He knows her scouts, up and down, doesn't need notes, understands who they are and what they're about and how to play them. And those are all good traits.
Thank you, Bill.
Carolyn, you're going to have to talk up a little bit, I think, for Bill on this one, because you were a little low.
Okay. Bill, having a week to practice this time at home, what is it, or who have you seen that has benefited the most from this time of practice?
That's a good question. I think probably the bench players. Plum coming back needed some practice time. I think, getting to know who Holmes is and what she can do. We're putting her through the paces right now to understand what she can do. And it's a game. Slocum gets a chance to get up and down the floor and get some minutes, because we didn't practice for 2 weeks. So, the youngsters like that, and for Jisoo also, all those players don't get a lot of minutes right now, get a chance to play in practice against the starters and kick the crap out of the starters, because the starters don't want to practice. So it's a win-win for everybody.
And my last question, Raquana Williams had a terrific game against Washington. What is it that is allowing her to feel more comfortable?
I just think she gets more comfortable as a starter as time goes along. She's a bench player by her heart and by reality in the past few years. And that's a different mentality than being a starter. So she had to learn to harness her normal way she plays, because we have Liz Cambage and we have Asia Wilson and we have Jackie Young and we have Chelsea Gray. So her coming in and being instant offense isn't needed. So she had to find her way. She's still finding her way. She'll tell you that also.
Thank you.
All right, I apologize if I butcher your name. Aristides Katsidis?
Yes. Hello.
Go
Hello.
right ahead.
Hello, coach. Greetings from Greece. Great form for the Las Vegas Aces in the last 5 matches, 4 wins in the last 5 matches. So, which characteristic from this match you want for your team to rely on the next games?
I didn't hear that, G. What?
Yeah, so it's from the way you've been playing over the past month. What are the things that you want to improve on and what's been working well during that time?
Okay. Our rebounding, it can always improve. We're not dominant rebounding team at the moment. We have a chance to be. We need to get a few more offensive rebounds. It's something we've been working on. Our timing, you can always get better timing and be more efficient. We are a pretty efficient team right now, but we can get better. But I think a lot of it just learning each other and spending time with each other, because we have a whole new roster this year. And that's been, in his practice time, it's been a big positive. When the game's leading up, we put a lot of energy out there in the first 10 games of the season, and we're starting to recover from that after a couple of days of practices. But yeah, I think I'm very proud of them that they've got through this with, all the adversity that we had with missing players and Angel going down. I think keeping our wits about us has been our biggest asset.
Rafiq?
Thank you very much.
Hey, coach, a year ago, you only had like 2 or 3 days per rest at most. This year, you had literally a week of rest to practice and prepare in between games. Like, how is that experience like for you, and how you benefit from the 1 week rest compared to the little bit amount of rest you had when you were in the bubble last year?
As a coach, when you're rolling, their team was doing very well. You want to keep playing, but reality says that how hard we were playing, everybody gives us their best shot. So how hard we were playing was starting to wear us down. We really needed a break. 8 days is too long, but we still needed a 4 or 5 day break. So just going to keep it lively and get through it. I think the most important part about this break was the mental part. It gave us a chance to take one step back and take a breather before we turned it up again.
Ron?
Hi, Bill. How are you today?
All right.
Good. Your thoughts on the Dallas Wings? Where have they improved the most, do you think?
Well, I think Dallas has improved in their depth. They go to their bench a lot. They utilize them. They trust them. They run 10 players at you, so you're going to get, they have all the energy in the world. They're still a work in process. There's no question about that one. They have to learn each other also with a lot of young players and new players. But I think their biggest asset right now is their depth. They can come at you in waves, and you have to make good substitutions.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, news 3, if you still have your hand raised, go ahead. Otherwise, we will let Coach Laimbeer head out. Coming down in 3, 2, 1. Coach, you are free to go. We will see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We have practice tomorrow from 11 till 12-ish, so heavy on the ish. I'll send out an updated list of interview times. Could end as early as 12, so jump on early tomorrow, and I will let you know that we are going to have Liz, Kelsey Plum, and Joyner Holmes in addition to Coach Laimbeer. Thanks a lot, everybody. We will see you tomorrow.